we can be had. And I'm starting the slideshow, so 1 more minute.
You can greet the people at the residency.
Yeah? Is my mic live? Flo?
Yes.
Oh, hello, everyone at the Residency for the People, or anyone watching online who's not at the Residency. Hello, everyone who's hearing my voice currently.
Just ask Boye if you can hear us, tell us.
Send a text message to the phone of...
Call the hotline.
Choices.
Yeah.
Whose phone is it? Of anyone. Aren't we all in airplane mode?
No, not shit.
Wait, Flo, we need to get on, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully you can hear us. And
like 50 more seconds. Okay, last slide on.
Welcome, 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 and good night to another edition of That 60's or 70's Show. The show... The show where we try to answer the age-old question, is it 60's or is it 70's? We'll take you through a variety of challenges where we will find answers, hopefully. To start, I will be joined by our this week's contestant. Let's get to know her through the message that you sent. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Start the clip.
hello, my name is Carla. I'm from the United States of America. I'm 23 years old. My favorite things to do are bake cakes, especially chocolate ones, and sometimes I put raisins in, but I don't tell anyone. I also really like to do the dishes because that's when I have the best ideas. I also like to do my hair a lot. The reason I'm on the show is because everyone thinks that I'm the worst one they know at 60's versus 70's. I really hope to do well because I want to make my parents very proud of me, and also because I think that I might win something, and also I think that maybe I could get famous. I'm really excited to be on the show, and I hope and I really believe that I'm gonna win, and I really hope that I will know by the end of the show what the difference is between the 60's and the 70's. Let's go!
Amazing. Well, after this wonderful introduction, it's a great time to put your hands together. All the way from Sacramento, California, please welcome our contestant for this week, Carla.
Hi, Mom. I'm on TV. Thank you.
All right, Carla, have a seat. How are you feeling today?
Thanks. I'm a bit nervous.
That's okay.
Ready to figure out some differences.
Did you practice
Maybe
secretly?
some similarities.
Uh-huh.
No, I haven't known anything about 60's or 70's this week. But
So you're coming in all fresh?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. All right, before we start, let's explain the game to our viewers. On That 60's or 70's Show, there is really only one question. The question is it 60's or 70's? I will be guiding you through like an array of challenges. And Carla's chance to prove that she does in fact know the difference between the 60's or the 70's. Are you ready? All right. If she succeeds, she will be granted with a very official diploma, which will, validate her newfound knowledge. If she fails, well, let's not get into that. So, also important for you to know, if at any point you get stuck, you do get the chance to call out one of the audience members to give you some support. Yeah? All right.
Okay.
First of all, before we start, just for some security insurance liability reasons, we do need to quickly check your vision. This is just procedure. Like we'll cut it out later. If you could please tell me what it says here.
F,
Yeah.
N,
Yeah.
5,
Great. Could you then read the next line for me?
live,
Yeah.
Likyand.
Very good.
Subscribe to our channel.
Uh-huh.
Please be aware that facts
Very good. Now just for the fine print.
presented in this show were revered very quickly and may or may not be verified. No one born in the 60s or 70s was harmed during the making of this show.
Very good. Well, let's give her a round of applause. All right, all right, all right. Well, for our first challenge, I'm going to give you this pedal. As you can see, this pedal has the word
6D,
yeah.
70.
Great, you're doing great.
Thank you.
By way of this pedal, you are able to answer to us and to the audience if you think the thing that you are experiencing is 60s or 70s. All right, for the first round, we're going to bring some objects, and I think let's bring the objects. All right, what do we have here? It's a piece of fake grass. Is it 60s or is it 70s? The answer is 70s. That is incorrect. All right, let's go to our next object. A Capri Sun, the delight on any summer day. Have you ever had one of these?
Couple times.
Yeah? How do you feel about them?
A bit too sweet, but like very fast.
All
to
right.
drink.
Interesting answer. So, do you feel Capri Sun is 60s or 70s? The answer is 60s. That is correct. All right. Very good. How are you feeling so far?
I mean, I'm feeling like 50%.
Let's get it up to 60s or 70s. All right.
Right.
For our next object, a inkjet printer. Have you seen one of those before? Very.
I think so.
Have you used them?
I think I've used them once or twice when I had to copy my birth certificate.
And in general, do they make you feel more Woodstock or more disco?
Definitely more disco.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good, very good. So, based on your experience, would you rate this object to be 60s or 70s? The answer is 60s. That is incorrect, sorry. 3 points deducted. All right, don't worry, there's more to come.
That's a trick question.
All right, no worries, no worries. For our next object, Campbell's chicken noodle soup. How do you feel?
Well, I feel like it feels like 50s.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe it's like a trick question.
Maybe, we're not shy to a little trick question every now and then.
Exactly, right? Like the last one.
But yeah, could also be a red herring, maybe.
Probably.
What do you think? 60s or 70s? The answer is 60s. That is correct.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
right.
Then for our next object, some people may recognize this object. It's very common in your office or home office these days. It's sticky. It's functional.
Yeah, it's super sticky.
Yeah?
It must be pretty high tech, I think. More modern.
Or that's what we
thinking.
want you to think. What
Yeah,
does your
yeah,
gut
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
today? Your answer is 70s. That is correct.
Wow.
That has earned you 12 points. All right, up to our next object. For those who want to be the light of the party. Do you smoke by any chance, or do you light some candles, or?
Have done, yeah. Like,
Yeah?
I mean, no. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Great. Mom, wink. What do you feel?
It's definitely, fire was like one of the first inventions, right? So it's not too modern of an invention.
We are not talking 60s or 70s BC.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
But therefore, I think that most likely
60s. That is incorrect. It's from 1973. All right.
okay, keeping.
Do
that
we
in
have
mind.
more objects? That's it. All right, that is the end of this round. Let's give her a warm applause. All right. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never. 60s or 70s?
Honestly, it feels more 80s to me.
Were you afraid at first? Like a little petrified?
I was a little bit petrified.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then I got a little bit like, it got cut off really fast, which made
Keeps
me
you on your
feel very
toes.
like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sharp,
yeah,
like a
yeah.
7.
Very good. Well, 7
like
is good.
very,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
strong angles.
Great. Yeah.
That was the emotion I was getting. from it.
Okay. So, going with that vibe,
Yeah.
what 60s or 70s?
Was that a hint?
I don't know. Is that your final answer? Is that your final answer? What is your final answer? That is incorrect. It was in the 70s, not in both. Okay.
Okay, 70s. Okay.
Yes, very well. For our next round, something completely different. I will grab some pictures from under my chair, and you will tell me 60s or 70s. All right. For our first picture, 60. All right. It was 73 for our next one. $60. It was 74. I'm starting to see a pattern, but don't let it like take you out of the game. There's still plenty of time to catch up. The next one. 60. Indeed, Obama is 61 years old. Very, very good. All right, just a few more to go. 60. 64, very good. All right. That is incorrect. He is 72. Well, everybody, it looks like this show is being interrupted by a historic event. All right. Carla, could you describe what is happening right now?
It looks a little bit like Clemens is.
Don't you
in
feel
slow motion.
this is someone with very strong arms?
Yeah. He's taking a lot of
Like
small steps.
nearly strong arms. Yeah.
He, it does look like he's a bit lost.
Uh-huh.
And
Maybe
far away.
try to get into a different mind space.
Okay. Well, he has some skis on his pants.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He looks a little bit like I'm trying to buy tires.
A little bit the Michelin, yeah. Let's try to make it more in a historical context. Is there like any significant event from either the 60s or the 70s that this could be referring to?
Yeah, probably someone went somewhere really cold.
Far away.
Yeah.
Maybe by
and they needed
rockets.
a very long straw.
So the audience at home might have already guessed, but the reenactment that is happening here refers to the moon landing.
Yeah, okay, of course.
Yeah. Are you familiar with?
That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Great. I'm happy that we're on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like that happened in 1959.
Okay. All feelings are welcome in this show. We do not discriminate based on feelings.
Okay.
But since the format is 60s or 70s, I would like you to make a decision on whether this took place in the 60s or the 70s.
Okay, so I think maybe the 60s. Oh, I mean...
Yeah? That is incorrect. It never happened. Okay, thank you very much. So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. That was really great.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right.
You too.
Do you feel that you've learned something about either the 60s or the 70s so far?
Yeah. It's a bit lost in my brain now because there was all that thing about people's ages.
Yeah.
You know, and I was
Ageism.
like, is it when they're born? Is it when they were doing stuff?
Yeah.
So I feel like some of my knowledge I've gained is also a bit jumbled with like other knowledge that I've also gained, which is great.
All right, well,
so I'm hoping that they'll,
let's hope by the end of today you feel your brain grew by 60 or 70 sizes. Okay, now we are approaching the midway point of today's episode.
Okay.
Right now you have blue points. Your score is blue. For our next segment, Carla, do you ever listen to TED Talks?
Yeah. My Uncle Ted.
Does he like to talk?
Sometimes he whispers.
And was he alive in the 60s or in the 70s?
Yeah, probably one of the two.
Great. Not both, but at least one of the two.
Maybe one.
All right,
or
cool.
both.
Okay, well, let's try to channel some TED energy as we welcome to the stage our personal TED Talk expert, Annie. So, Annie will present some subjects to you, and you have to identify whether these subjects are 60s or 70s. Someone from the audience will come and whisper into Annie's ear which year it's going to be, and it'll be for you to guess.
Can you repeat the rules? I wasn't listening.
Of course, yes. So Annie will perform a TED Talk. She has extended knowledge of many TED Talks, those that have happened and those that are still to happen. Therefore, we will find a member from the audience who will introduce a topic, and then she will then produce a TED Talk. And then it'll be up to you to raise your paddle and say, this was 60s or 70s. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Raise your hand if you are a member of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. Yeah, I see some of you. I was just like you once. I'd go out to the clubs and my friends would get in for free, and I would be left out in the cold, shivering and small-chested, until I received the first silicone breast implants. Why did I do this? I'm glad you asked. According to the current available statistics, there are over 2 billion members of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. I am no longer one of them. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Annie. So, Carla, do you have any idea whether the talk you just witnessed was referencing something from the 60s or the 70s?
Well, I was really distracted during the talk because I was seeing that one of my friends was raising her hand the whole time. And so I wanted to call my friend to maybe answer, because I think maybe she was listening, but she knows maybe about the subject matter.
That's a great idea. Could you just point out the friend in the audience and then we can get her on stage?
Valentine?
Valentine. Let's give, put your hands together for Valentine. All right, Valentine, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, what would you like to ask your helpline?
Do you know when, those implants were invented?
No.
All right.
But if I would guess, 60s?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Valentine. Okay, so do you feel ready to give your answer?
Yes.
You were giving your answer already? Okay, cool. Go for it. Her answer is 60s. That is correct. 1961. Desperado. Why don't you... 60s or 70s? Do you want to hear more?
Can I hear
All right.
a little more?
Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out running fences for too long. 60s or 70s? How long have they been out running fences? 60s or 70s? Her answer is 70s, and that is correct. All right. That gave you a bunch of points. You are very far ahead. For our next round, I would like to once more invite a member of the audience. Is there anybody who would like to participate? Yes? Well, come on the stage. Give her a warm hand of applause. Okay. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Blanche.
Yeah, and are you familiar a bit with the 60s or 70s?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, very, very good. So, for this next segment, I would like you to have a look under your chair. All right, could you investigate a little bit further? You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen it.
Could you grab it? Just grab it and show the audience what you found under your chair.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Like all of it?
Yes. If you're able to remove just a part of it, that's fine, but I would suggest, for the sake of the show, just take it all out and give the audience a good show. All right, it's a package of Hubba Bubba bubblegum, which means it's time for our Hubba Bubba bubblegum blowing experience. So, could you take out a piece of gum and share a piece with your fellow contestant as a sign of mutual respect?
Of course.
Let me quickly explain to the audience, for those who are not familiar with this segment. Both contestants are going to get 1 minute and 1 minute exactly to blow the best bubblegum bubble they can. And while the time is ticking and the clock is running down, I will inspect their bubbles. And by the end, we will have a winner. All right. So, I would like to invite both contestants to start bubbling. Yeah. All right, is our timekeeper ready to keep the time? Yeah, okay. Are you ready? And bubble!
Wait, what's the challenge?
What do you mean?
To keep chewing?
Make a bubble?
The best bubble.
All
During
right.
the minute.
As you can see, they're both chewing. Chewing is an integral part to the bubble experience. Yeah, how are we doing on time?
46 seconds.
46 seconds, okay. Yeah. More bubbling ensues. Who is gonna blow the first bubble? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Carla was taking the lead, but Blanche is coming with a very good comeback. Okay. Carla is getting ready. Oh, and Blanche just blew her right out of the water. You have a very little time to catch up. You can do this. It's not over yet. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see some intermingling happening. That's not uncommon. What's the time? 10 seconds remaining. Blow your last bubble. Okay, okay. Give them a warm round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that was very close, so I'm going to let the audience decide. First, who of you thought that Blanche blew the biggest bubble? All right, and now for those who feel that Carla blew the biggest bubble? Okay, okay. Well, I think the answer is clear. Carla, you blew the biggest bubble. Blanche, thank you very much. I'm sure there's other things that you're great at. Thank you. Give her a warm round of applause. And as a bonus prize, you get to keep the rest of the Hubba Bubble bubble gum. All right. This was not sponsored content, but if they want to sponsor us, they know where to find us. Okay. Now, for our next bit, I would like you to take a seat, to strap in, perk your ears. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Got some minor technical thingies. Yeah.
Beauty school dropout. No graduation day for you. Beauty school dropout. Missed your midterms and such shampoo. Well, at least you could have taken time to wash and clean your clothes up after spending all that dough to get the doctor fix your nose up. Baby, get moving. Keeping your feeble hopes alive. What are you proving? You've got the dream, but not the drive. If you go to get diploma, you could endlessly in a pool. Turn your dreams and comb and go back to high school.
All right. Well. 60s or 70s? All right, the answer is, I don't know. Thank you very much. We have reached the end of our show. Carla, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling super good.
All right, are you ready to have a look at the scoreboard?
Yes.
It says 666. That is a great amount of points. Okay.
Wow.
Let's give our contestant this week a massive round of applause. All right. So, as I indicated, this is officially the end of our show. But we do have one more thing. We'd like to offer you like a little bonus round. Let's welcome Mrs. Bonus Round. right. Do you recognize anything? Do you see anything that makes you feel particularly 60s or 70s?
Yes.
All right. Could you describe what you're seeing?
I'm seeing a Capri Sun,
Very good.
which is from the, which I guessed.
Are you feeling a bit thirsty by any chance? Maybe just hand her the Capri Sun so you can have like a little drink. Well,
Perfect. Thank you
yes.
so
I mean,
much.
it's important to stay hydrated. Be great, hydrate. All right. So if you would look more a little bit to like the facial area. Yeah, what is it? Does it remind you of anything? Any androgynous superstar? Yeah.
David Bowie.
Very good. That's 3,000 points. Okay, that's the end of the show, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carla. I hope to see you again next week for our second show,
Thank
80s
you.
or 90s. Okay, give her a round of applause. Thank you. This was That 60s or That 70s show. Have a good night. See you next week. Thank you very much. You did great. How's that for you?
Thank you so much. It was
You
great.
feel you learned something 60s or 70s?
Not really.
Great. Well, that's what we strive for. That's 60s or 70s.
Yeah, and I don't really know how to open this either. It's like very complex technology that they thought of in the.
It's like, let's make it less
70s?
child friendly.
Yeah.
I think it's 60s. I'm not sure. All right, you did really great.
Thank you so
Was it?
much. You're incredible.
Thank
Can I
you.
hear the long versions of the songs?
Sure. Yeah, I would love to play this for you sometime.
Do you want some?
Yes, I would love some. Thank you. Yeah.
Do you want some soup?
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Here, don't worry about it.
I don't want to sit to that.
It's from the 19... It's chicken noodle soup.
Gallery Crown 60.
Do you want some lighter?
Did you just take a sip of this?
Oh, thank you. Oh, I really needed that. I do feel lighter.
Two nostril puffs.
I mean, you could probably get high from just doing this.